I am part of Omnibus Ottawa and the worldwide march against government corruption. Today we have joined with Omnibus and Harper No More groups, as well as other groups in and around the Ottawa area. I would like to thank you all for coming today in this cold winter weather to unite against government corruption. Corruption in Canada is one of the most menacing threats to our economy that our economy has been battling with everything since the end of 1945. At all levels of Canadian bureaucracy, corruption has seemingly taken its toll and has been corroding the structure of our nation. Be it private sector or public sector, Canadian politicians and the elite, have a tendency of misusing the public position, power, in their favor to fulfill their motives and gain personal benefits. All these allegations are not solely based on observation, but have statistical data to back it up. When evaluating the causes responsible for corruption, the number seems to be infinite. However, that main reason is lack of implementation of rules and laws. It seems as if the ones employed to stop corruption have become a part of the corruption itself. The consequences of corruption are grim. The whole system falls apart if the structure of government is struck by the storm of corruption. The efficiency of governmental and private institutions decreases tremendously due to corruption. The ones who are not so rich and are unable to bribe officials don't get their voices heard, and their files collect dust in government offices. The growth of nation cripples when corrupt officials operate at powerful positions. Combating government corruption requires political will, shared responsibility and hard work among the democratically elected and political party leaders, political opposition, civil society, and citizens. Capitalism is not working. We need to find a better way. We need to rid ourselves of all current political parties and start anew. We need to get money out of politics. We need to ensure that the individuals we choose to work for us, to help us run our nation, are doing it because they care about our nation and its citizens. We need to make sure that government as well as media do not withhold facts that we, the citizens, need to know. We need complete transparency in our government. Any individual holding office should not have shares or benefits from any major corporation. It is a conflict of interest. JFK once said, "Terror is not a new weapon. Throughout history it has been used by those who could not prevail either by persuasion or example. But inevitably, they fail either because men are not afraid to die or because the terrorists themselves realize that free man cannot be frightened by threats, and that aggression would be its own response." That's a quote. We, the citizens of the world, are not of our terrorist governments who have been suppressing us for years. We are now standing up to this oppression. We know the truth about the corruption in the world governments, and refuse to be terrorized by them anymore. Today it is the first day of a new fight against government corruption. We have united around the world to show the corrupt that their time left is short, and all corrupt will be held accountable for their actions.
Yeah.
We want government to tell us the truth about the Fukushima nuclear disaster. The government is even controlling the media on reporting about this disaster, and we have the right to know. The Conservatives claim that the middle class is doing far better than the wealthy and the poor. Propaganda reporting and doctoring of statistical data. Let us turn the tables and ensure that we tax the rich and tax corporations who seem to be getting away with sometimes either paying the bare minimum and sometimes not even having to pay at all.
Yeah.
We do not want genetically modified organisms in our food and other products. The TPP, which all three main parties in Canada are in support of, means that everything we eat will be GMOs, and we will not have a choice. There will be no labeling on food or products if the TPP passes. We cannot
let this happen.
Our government needs to honor Indigenous treaties. They need to stop the land grabbing from Indigenous people and respect what was promised to them. For years, government has been using chlorine and fluoride in drinking water in Ottawa and across Canada. The side effects of this is everything from learning disabilities to cancer. We need government to stop poisoning our water supply. We need to ensure that government ends corporate welfare for oil companies and other big business interests. They need to stop the bank bailouts. This is allowing the corporations to get away with everything they do, and is crippling the Canadian public financially as well as destroying our planet. We need to transition to a clean energy economy, reverse environmental damages to our planet. We are all aware of the United Nations Agenda 21. If you do not know what Agenda 21 is, please make sure when you go home to look it up. We need to stop their agenda. They are hell-bent on destroying us with atmospheric aerosol geoengineering, chemtrails, and you see it in the sky. GMOs, vaccines, as well as fluoride in our water. We need to put an end mass worldwide surveillance. We need to put an end to mass worldwide surveillance. We all have a right to privacy.
Yes.
Today is the first day we have united. From today going forth, we are stronger and will only keep growing bigger and bigger. With every new person who wakes up to what is happening in the world, our numbers will increase. Don't stop with this protest today. Everyone needs to do their part daily by engaging others in conversation about corruption, writing to their local media stations and local MPs, handing out flyers, coming out and protesting every chance you get, even if it is just you. 2014 is going to be the year to wake up the masses. We want change, we need change, and change we shall have by uniting and working together.
How many of you know that the Conservative Party committed fraud in the 2011 elections?
Yeah.
A few of you did. Well, now the rest of you do. How many of you know that the Supreme Court of Canada has decided that they should not face penalties?
That's not right.
Okay, I seem to be mistaken on that one. But they are not going against the vote. They're basically overlooking it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
How many of you know that you have parties forming as we speak that will give you the choice to vote on every single issue?
Important that you guys should probably know. Like he said, the Conservative Party, who has a majority seat, didn't win the last elections properly. They actually did it fraudulently. They cheated. That's not right. We learned that at a very young age. You can't do that. Right, okay. Other things like the tar sands. I don't know if you guys have been following what's going on in the tar sands.
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cancer rates are spiking like absolutely crazy. Yeah. Yes. It was actually the states that told us they were safe. That's
Well,
yeah,
because you can't
that's scary. That is scary. Here in Canada, we have plenty of natural resources. And personally, I think that Canada's economy should be based around our natural resources because we have so many of them. So, what would be the logical thing to do with the tar sands? What would you guys do if you were the Prime Minister?
Shut them down.
Yeah, because I saw this quote the other day.
Back there.
It said it doesn't make any sense to destroy your home planet for imaginary profit. Because
that's right.
Because what is money? Really?
Nothing.
What is it? Sure, I mean, yeah, like it's for the future of Canada and the future prosperity of Canada. Yeah, sure. But that's basically the current Prime Minister just saying, yeah, I'm just going to kick the environmental can down the road for the next generation to take care of when, like, I don't know if you guys have heard, but in California, which where roughly 50% of the United States' food comes from, is actually suffering the worst drought it has ever had.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yep.
Geoengineering.
Yes, geoengineering. Which is actually kind of that funny story about that is that well, it's not funny actually at all, but a few years ago when people brought up chemtrails, they just denied it even existed completely. They said there's no chemtrails, there's no planes dropping anything in the sky, it doesn't exist. And then when more people decide to get up in arms about it, they say, oh, well, it's geoengineering, it's to save the planet, it's to reverse global warming. That, yeah, I call bullshit. Excuse my French. Excuse my French. But yeah, like, guys, I know I don't have to tell you guys, but I stress this with all my friends and everyone I talk to. If we don't stand up and fight for our rights now and fight for our future, then we're screwed, man. Like, the right time to do this was about 20, 30 years ago. Like, we're at the very, like, we're at the very edge of the cliff here, guys. So, I mean, I know I don't have to tell you guys this because you guys are actually here, but, you know, try to get your friends out here, get your family informed, you know, like, the more people the better. Like, 2014 is going to be a huge year for us, guys.
Yes.
For sure. And I'm counting on seeing plenty more people November 5th.
Yes.
You guys haven't seen the event already for the Million Mass March. You guys should all be here for that.
Basically, yeah, total introvert, so this is scary as hell. Oh, okay. I come down here every chance I get because since March, I basically woke up like everyone else here.
Yes.
And the things that I've learned make my personal struggles a joke compared to what's going on the planet. It was iffy to come down today because I'm dealing with cancer for the second time. 38 years old, you know, and it's going good. But I just want to thank everybody for coming out, and I love to see that every single time more and more people are coming together, more and more groups are putting the pieces together, and realizing that it's an attack on the human race. It really is, and I'm sick of it. You know, it takes struggles. I've had fights with family because they'll pay attention a little bit, and it's too bothersome. They have to work on their 9 to 5s.
Yep.
I don't have kids. I do this for your kids. I do this for the officers' kids. I do this, you know, I mean, I don't want to hold contempt for the generations that didn't pay attention, but, I mean, the systems put in place with mass media are hard to break through. But with the internet, as free as it is for now, it's really the collective knowledge of humanity, and you can break that spell. And I encourage everybody out there to, you know, as uncomfortable as I am now, as uncomfortable as you may be talking to people about it, it has to be done.
Yes.
It has to. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you.